This video is gonna be another update for you guys for Bitcoin. And in my previous video that I mentioned, as long as we are around this level of support, and we might get a support going down to $64,000 when the price was almost around $67,000. I mentioned that we might still go down to $64,000. Right now we are even lower than that, but I am still seeing a little bit of support. I'm gonna go to 4-hour chart. I'm gonna talk about USDT dominance and which scenario out of these three that I mentioned in my previous video. And if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification button. So far, if I go to 4-hour chart to see more details in here, we had some support around this level. Almost 63,600 ish was the lowest point, almost even $63,000. And the reason we are getting a lot of support, first of all, is because of this level of support. And if I want to make a line in here, if we make a line in here, you guys can clearly see that this level can still be touched. So we can still go down very sharp, $62,000, and go back up. So we need to reopen this daily candle. If I go back to one daily chart, this 1 day candle can still go back down to the same level as we had the lowest points that we had touched in here. That will be almost $62,000, and we need to go back up. And if we do not get that support, which I believe we should still get another support around this area, because last time around $64,000, if you guys remember, when we were around here, I was expecting to get rejected, and we did. So we went really low, but this time we broke it above and we started ranging around that. And every time we went back down to $64,000 area, we got support. So I'm still expecting to get another support around this area. But if we do not hold, and if we go below $62,000, even $62,500 ish, that will be a very dangerous area that I think we're gonna probably go back down to revisit almost even $60,000 or $59,000. And there was a CME gap I showed you in the previous videos. I showed you that we have a CME gap even $57,000, $58,000 area, so we can still go back down. And if you want to look at the USDT dominance, out of these three, this one is still working. So I mentioned that we might still just go straight up, get support around this area, even go back down to 4.5% and start going higher. So far we did not even go that low. We need to make sure that we need to see how this weekly candle is gonna close. If we still go higher and close a weekly candle above 5.30%, that's gonna be very bullish for USDT dominance, which is gonna be very bearish for Bitcoin. And that's gonna probably start, Bitcoin is gonna probably crash, and USDT might get reached to this 6.1% or even 6% first, and which is my target that I had mentioned, that we are probably gonna eventually go back up if we get a support around this area. So it did not even start going higher. And in my previous video, as I said, that $70,000 to $71,000 is gonna be probably the point that is gonna reject Bitcoin. So far, that is what is happening. And please take a moment and hit the like button right now and support the channel. So far, Bitcoin is looking bearish, but as long as we hold around this area, we can see Bitcoin going back up to almost $70,000, even 300-ish. And that's where we're gonna meet this resistance that a lot of time has rejected Bitcoin. And we did not even quite touch that line yet, but we really got rejected for several days now, almost 4th days of closing red candles. Okay, but so if I want to still talk about, if we want to bring the second scenario, this can still happen. We can get it rejected around this area for USDT dominance and start going lower to revisit this red line that I had mentioned before, and that is totally still possible. But so far we need to make sure that we need to see how USDT is gonna do in here. That can is still zigzag going down. That's gonna be very bullish. We're gonna probably break to new all-time high, but then it's gonna be very crucial. This area we need to watch to see if Bitcoin is gonna hold above $75,000, and we're gonna probably see a cup and handle in the monthly chart. And if you want to take a quick look at monthly chart, how we close this monthly candle as green, but it does not really look that bullish. We had almost something similar to that before, a monthly chart as a green, but it did not really look that bullish because we had this shadow from top that was sign of a rejection. And you guys can see almost the same thing, even worse than before. If you want to compare these two, you guys can see that clearly. See, this is not even as bullish as this one, but with this one we started going down, and this can still happen. So we can still go back up to $70,000 and start going lower. So this is not gonna probably just straight go down. We might see a little bit of shadow for it, go up to 67, 68, even $70,000, retouch this line, and start going back down to $50,000. Still a lot of people are talking about cup and handle pattern that is forming, but as long as we're not breaking above $75,000, it's still, I cannot be bullish. So this is a weekly chart, and you guys see so far it is showing a red candle, but I am still expecting to get supported around this area and go a little bit higher. And the next candle is going to be very important to see if we're going to start, if it closes red as red candle, we need to look at the next one. So we're going to probably see a bunch of red candles, same as in here, and we're gonna probably go back down to $50,000 area eventually, as I had mentioned with my bearish scenarios. Okay, so these are still playing out so far. Now we need to still be patient. It's not gonna happen overnight, and so this is just another update for you guys. Please consider liking the video, and that will be the best way of supporting the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.